Good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome to, somewhat unexpectedly, episode 109 of Love at First Scent with me, Persolaise, coming to you today from YouTube. I need to do the usual. The reason why I say somewhat unexpectedly was because I didn't think I'd actually be doing another video for a couple of weeks, but a sample arrived today, and I thought this is going to be the ideal thing to share with you live right now, and this is it. So if you've already seen from the video name, or if you followed me through Instagram and other social media channels expecting this, we are going to be smelling the brand new version of Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle that they're calling L'Eau Privee, and apparently it's a scent that has been designed specifically to be worn to bed, in bed. We'll get to it in just a few moments. The first comment today goes to the fragrance writer saying, all right, I think I'm making it here for the live stream this time. Yes, fantastic, well done. Floating Man Afternoon, hope you're all well. Please keep the comments coming if you have tuned in live. I appreciate that not many of you may be able to tune in live for this one because I haven't given a huge amount of notice of this video. But anyway, usual rules apply. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so. Thank you very much for watching, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording. Questions, comments, etc. are very welcome. By all means, do let me know what you think of Coco Mademoiselle as a fragrance. I'm sure it's one that you've all tried. I think it's been so successful, the 2001 original, that we all know what it smells like. Please consider supporting my work on Ko-fi. You will find a link to that in the video description below. Alexandru says hello from Romania for the first time on a live stream. Well, you've come in for a good one, and I think all that remains for me to say as well is that there will be a blotter update for this, and what I mean by that is that even though these are videos in which we talk about first impressions of perfumes, we mustn't judge perfumes just on first impressions, and a few hours after the broadcast has ended, I do a little blotter update, again in the video description below, just to say how the scent smells in dry down stage. Would have loved to hear Madame Persolaise's opinion on this, Floating Man says. Well, thank you for mentioning her, because that's probably a good place to start. Hello from Foggy Oakland, says Nubionette, and Rich says hello as well. Because these are ones that I have... Whoop, try that again. So much for live broadcasts. Try again, Persolaise. These are ones that I have stolen. It's because she doesn't know that I've stolen it. These are ones that I've stolen from her dressing table. And she doesn't have or wear or is not in any way, shape or form interested in Coco Mademoiselle. So she's very definitely a number 5 person. She likes Allure Sensuelle. Probably her personal favorite is Coco, whereas my favorite Chanel on her is number 5. And I guess she's always sort of taken the Mademoiselle side of Coco Mademoiselle to heart, and in a way I don't blame her, because I think Mademoiselle was always a good name for Coco Mademoiselle. Rich Mitch says, just got the Henley sample set. Okay, and Peggy says, caught you just in time, but Rich, you've retracted your message. So anyway, do I recommend the Travel Spray EDP, says Aman. Well, that depends on whether you need that size. I see a comment coming up there, but not here. Angeline says, hello, hi. Anna, va-va-vous, Mr. Persolaise, the slick hair. Oh, okay, thank you very much. I think you're in the running for the next Le Bleu ad. Oh, do you reckon? I'm not a fan of Coco Mademoiselle. I love Coco. I'm curious about this version, though. Now, as I unwrap this, so here we go. This is Coco Mademoiselle, L'Eau Privee, and as it says, Eau pour la nuit, night fragrance, out at the end of August, I believe. And I now have it on fairly reliable authority that there will be no more, at least in the UK, there will be no more Chanel releases this year in 2020. The Edinburgh scent, so Paris Edinburgh, has been pushed to next year. I believe the exclusive one, the Lion, Le Lion de Chanel, I think the release of that in the Middle East went ahead. That was always going to start as a Middle East exclusive. But that won't be coming out in other markets now until 2020 at the earliest, and anything else they may have had planned by way of a fragrance release for this calendar year, I am told, has been shelved until 2020 for reasons that I'm sure we don't need to get into now. Fairly attractive bottle. Now, my Coco Mademoiselle story is that for the longest time, this was the absolute favorite of one of my nieces. She has since moved on to Petite Robe Noire, and she wears that very well, but she still always has a bottle of Coco Mademoiselle, and it suits her. It works extremely well on her. One of the sort of family jokes is that a few years ago, well, many years ago now, Madame Persolaise and I took this niece and her sister, the two nieces, on a brief jaunt over to the north of France. And the younger niece was so obsessed with Coco Mademoiselle at the time that every single town we went into, everywhere we stopped, she had to go into every single Sephora she saw and completely douse herself with Coco Mademoiselle. And I think the sales assistants there thought that it was sweet, this little girl coming in and spraying herself with Coco Mademoiselle. And I don't know why they couldn't tell that she reeked of this stuff because of the 15 other Sephoras that she had been into that day, completely marinating herself in Coco Mademoiselle. So I know very well what it smells like, and I always associate it with her. It would be easy to date that trip, actually, because the other niece, the older niece, was obsessed with Yves Saint Laurent Parisienne, and that was relatively new then. Anyway, the first Coco Mademoiselle came out in 2001. The story goes that it was always meant to have been a flanker, a scent that was very much inspired by the likes of Angel, in the sense that it had a strong patchouli base and a very, very overtly feminine, floral, almost gourmand top. But it was a huge success and is still with us, and now exists as a parfum, an EDP, an intense EDP, an EDT, and now this. Keira Knightley, of course, has been the face of it for many years. It almost feels weird spraying this on a blotter, because I suppose it's meant to be sprayed, all over yourself and your pillow. What do you think of the idea of a fragrance specifically made for bed anyway? Because my initial thought was, why don't you just wear the perfume that you would normally wear it to bed? I know that is a whole can of worms, and I'm sure the forums on Bass Notes have exploded many a time with this notion of whether you should wear perfume to bed and how many sprays. And I've certainly worn perfume to bed, and there are some perfumes I think that are quite nice to wear to bed. Anyway, this is, sorry, what was the blurb? The blurb says, it just says night fragrance, or in French, eau parfumée pour la nuit, and it's there in different languages. So, but I think what they mean is not for a night out. I think they do mean, for going to sleep. Comments coming through. I heard in the community that Chanel is releasing a new man's fragrance, maybe shelved then. I know nothing about that. Chang says, hello from Paris. Fragrance writer, personally I prefer sweet fragrances at night, but not during the day. So one idea for bed. Okay, Floating Man says, you're talking about the masculine one. Anna says, yes, I wear perfume in the evening to bed. Most times it's different from my day fragrance. So yes, to all of us, this is not going to be a radical concept. Okay, I think I can safely say that what I'm getting here is Coco Mademoiselle. It's got that mandarin sweet citrus top, the rose and the peach coming through very, very clearly and quite quickly actually in the heart, and that very, very, very recognizable distinctive patchouli in the base. And the thing about Coco Mademoiselle is that it's actually quite loud, isn't it? It's really, really projects very far. So maybe what they decided they would do here is tone it down a bit for bed. But just as far as this blotter goes, this stuff is not especially toned down. Now, I guess on the box it's not going to say anything along the lines of eau de parfum de toilette because it's a L'Eau Privee, but it doesn't feel as though it holds back at all. So at the moment I'm thinking, what have you made different? Maybe it's mellower, maybe it's fruitier, maybe that peach note is rounder, more curvaceous. There is some press material. Let's see what it says, and then we will get to some comments. Actually, let me just do one of these comments. I hope I haven't missed anybody. David says, hi from Puerto Rico, looking handsome. Thank you very much. Same to you, sir. DB70 says, hello, and Angeline again, I wore Coco Mademoiselle when it came out, and it will always be a scent that's imprinted to that period of time. I loved it, and indeed had loads of compliments, but it's the past and will remain so. Yes, and I think some perfumes are very much of their time and our personal stories, aren't they? Aman says, will this be available on the UK website, as I can't see it listed? Yes, it will, but it's not out until the end of August. Pay attention, Persolaise said, not until the end of August. Anyway, press material, what have we got? we have got this. Coco Mademoiselle L'Eau Privee is the latest interpretation of the iconic fragrance. I suppose we can let them have iconic, can't we? It's almost 20 years old and has been so successful, featuring an unprecedented, sophisticated and private way to wear fragrance at night. Well, okay, it's unprecedented if you've never done it. Some of us have been doing it for years, so it's not unprecedented at all. Anyway, since 2001, Coco Mademoiselle has represented the essence of a bold and free woman with a feminine oriental composition. I guess they mean the perfume, not the woman. Coco Mademoiselle L'Eau Privee is a light oriental for the night, composed of rose, jasmine and musky notes to spray on your skin and negligee. Maybe it's softer, or maybe I'm convincing myself. Orchestrated by Olivier Polge, Chanel in-house perfumer. I hope I didn't make a mistake, by the way. The first one obviously was created by Jacques Polge because he was in-house perfumer at the time, and now this version is made by his son Olivier Polge, so apologies if I got the names wrong a few minutes ago. Chanel in-house perfumer creator and the Chanel Laboratory of Fragrance Creation and Development, which usually is their way of saying Christopher Sheldrake helped. This immediately familiar version, true, is designed to be sprayed in an enveloping gesture before bed. Chanel, please can you do a video to show us what an enveloping gesture is? I mean, he said, I need to know. I need to know. What is an enveloping gesture? We need to have a Keira Knightley video where she says, this is how you do an enveloping gesture. I mean, do you? How? We don't know. Chanel, you have to tell us. You have to model an enveloping gesture. To adapt this variation for sophisticated night usage, they're making it sound like something else here. Olivier Polge imagined the oriental scent like a watercolour. Polge toned down the woods to elevate the sparkling freshness of mandarin, the softness of the floral accord woven with jasmine absolute and rose petals, and white musk notes that nestle on the pillow. Well, that's handy then. Do they just home in on the pillow? Do they know where it is? The focus of this interpretation is not an extroverted personality or an incredible diffusion, but rather the promise of a soft, fragrant touch. True to the original scent, it delicately perfumes your dreams, night after night. Fair enough. Maybe what I need to do is, instead of doing a blotter update of how this is, maybe I need to spray it upon us at night and then wake up in this cloud of Keira Knightley. Ooh. Yeah, maybe unfortunate choice of image, actually. Yeah, let's try on thinking that one now. The bottle is elegantly cloaked in a translucent veil of frosted glass, giving a glimpse of the warm fragrance within, okay, while retaining an aura of mystery. So, yes, I can just about catch a glimpse of the liquid within, but otherwise it's a mystery. No, you can see exactly what's there. There's no mystery. You got to love it though. You've got to love the fact somebody in the marketing department thought, yes, let's cloak the bottle in some frosted glass because then the liquid will remain a mystery. No, I'm being overly facetious now, but that does tickle me because the scent actually is fine. And according to this, there's going to be 50 mils and 100 mils. The 50 mils was going to be £67 and the 100 mil will be £95. So Chanel prices steadily going up. And I've got a launch date here of the 28th of August, which is certainly a UK date. I suppose in certain markets it may come out a little bit sooner. They may have a few exclusivities in certain markets, so expect to start seeing it soonish. Comments that I may have missed. By the way, hi Fahmi, I did see your comment. Hello from Canada's capital, says Sarah. Peggy says maybe the difference is in the spray. Does it diffuse the fragrance better like the Journey ones are, for example? I didn't notice anything particular. Eve says, haven't been able to join your live in a while. Glad I can catch it now. You're very, very welcome. Sarah says, this is hilarious and I love it. Just the laugh I needed. Good. And Peggy says, PR department getting carried away again. I know. I do love that. I mean, who looked at this and thought, the liquid inside is now so mysterious because it's behind frosted glass. Anyway, stop it, Persolaise. Now I'm getting carried away. So, what is this doing? I should have... See, because I don't have a bottle of Coco Mademoiselle, I'm pretty sure I don't even have a little sample or anything. And when I can, I just need to do a side-by-side comparison because I know full-on Coco Mademoiselle geeks out there will be saying, well, is it like the EDP? Is it like the EDT? Is it like the Parfum? To my mind, it is like the scent that I have always known, because I remember the one that the flanker that came out prior to this, the Intense, really did have a slightly different feel to it. It was like an intense EDP, wasn't it? Whereas this smells like the original. Do you know what? It's fading quite quickly. So maybe you get that initial recognition factor that this is Coco Mademoiselle, and then things very quickly move to that musky-patchouli dry down. It's very pleasant. It's very attractive. I certainly wouldn't, I wouldn't shun a bed that smelt like this, which could sound wrong and be wrong in all sorts of ways, but I mean it only in the right way. I might shun it though if Keira Knightley was... No, never mind. So, yeah, good effort, Chanel. An interesting one that maybe they suddenly thought, quick, what does everybody do in lockdown? Yes, I know, everybody sleeps. Let's do a perfume for bed. Nobody's going out, so everybody's just in their pajamas in bed thinking they want to look like Keira Knightley. And this raises all sorts of questions now. What do you do about perfumes that haven't been designed to be worn in bed? Are you not allowed to wear this one during the day? Will it cause pillows from the surrounding neighbourhood to come flying towards you like it's a sort of magnet for pillows? No, because the musk notes go to the pillows. Yeah, we're getting silly now. So there we have it. Finally caught you live after a while, says Ashfaq. Hi Ashfaq, I'm going now. I'm done now. But thank you very much. Solid water in that. No, this is not solid water. But thank you for remembering. That's a reference to hair products, by the way, hair styling products. Okay, so blotter update coming in a little while, but I think for now this is it. The L'Eau Privee version of Chanel's Coco Mademoiselle, a perfume designed to be worn in bed. Tell me what you think of it if you get a chance to try it. And, oh, hang on, for all the silliness of that PR release, it does sound like it'd be quite a lovely and could be a nice relaxing at home in the evening scent. Yes, absolutely. I don't want the silliness of the press release to detract from the fact that the scent actually seems fine, Thank you, Chanel, for doing what you've said you would do. I hope to see you soon. There may also be a live interview with somebody coming next week, so watch out on social media for details of that. I'm just trying to finalise the details of that. But anyway, until then, take care. Bye.